Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Thanks for tuning in again to another episode of RAERAEs Review, where I will be discussing Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 9, Episode 10. Where Jessie at? This is second week. I ain't seen her about months of Sunday. What's going on? I hope they didn't get rid of her, child. Oh, no. I hope they didn't get rid of her. Anyway, how y'all doing? I'm doing good. Little housekeeping. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. On my way to 1,000 subscribers, so your likes and shares are appreciated. And of course, those subscriber buttons, make sure it's black, okay? That means you get all of the notifications. And believe you me, there are plenty of notifications. And don't forget my IG and Threads tag. I shouldn't say always, maybe in a couple of times. I didn't announce, however, you can always catch me over there talking mess, putting up something that's real auntie-ish of me, okay? All the aunties and unks, fist up. And also Blue Sky. You can try and get some subscribers over there too, since it's all new. I heard about it once people started announcing their departure from that other social media platform with that man with lots of money. But I ain't even gonna say his name, child, or give that platform any credit. But we know what that was. I'm gonna say was, not is, even though it's still up and running. Yeah, that was the What's Going Down episode of RAERAES all day. Yeah, y'all, what's going on? Real Housewives of Potomac was a little dry-throated this week. You know, I'm like, this is gonna be a real quick review. This may be 10 minutes. Well, look, the first 3 been spent on just talking stuff. But yeah, Real Housewives of Potomac. Yeah, where Jessie at? I like Jazzy. Hope they didn't get rid of her. Shoot, Jazzy and Jacqueline. Are you cutting back on the funds? What's going on? So anyway, let's get right into it because, like I said, maybe like 10 minutes, child. Okay, so pretty much I started off with Giselle talking with her daughters about her dad's will. It just seems so contrived that that's just what it is with Giselle. Contrived is her nickname. You know, of course she's discussing something important and it does affect her daughters. But to let them in right now and worry them about whether or not, you know, it just seems so premature. I mean, and first of all, who is Giselle battling with this will? Now, if I'm not mistaken, her parents are divorced. So who is she battling? Is she battling her mama? Is her mama trying to, you know, say something about the will? Because apparently Giselle said upon his last days of living, the will was changed. And it doesn't really, you know, include her the way it's supposed to. Well, who would it include then? So she's trying to say, because it affects me, it affects my daughters. And, you know, well, you know what? I'm not even going to try and take away from no one's discounting of what should or shouldn't be, because I don't know these people. I'm just commenting on what they put out. But it just seems so contrived of Giselle to include her daughters in this conversation at this point in the game. And it really sounds like Giselle don't know nothing, but she's just making allegations and including them in that. I mean, I would have, first of all, they fresh into college. Two of them just graduated 2 hours ago. The other one just completed her first year. Give them girls some time to, fully acclimate into their new adult life before you start bringing them in on this. It's already sad enough that they had to pretty much help you out during the time that of your father's demise and everything. That's, it's one thing for adults to have to go through something, but the cheering too, you ain't got no adult, nobody to help you during your time of need, or are you that isolated? Again, it's too much codependency in my opinion, and that's from Giselle to her daughters. She's putting too much on them, in my opinion. They're still children. I don't care what age of adult consent is. They are children. Children, okay? Leave them girls alone. Next, we got Stacy and TJ having lunch at her secret hideaway, child. And, he's playing Mario and Luigi, I guess. But he got a bonnet on. Like, what? Who out there in Italy got bonnets on cooking? I thought they had something else on. I don't know what the hat is called, but yeah, anywho. So they're having lunch and talking about her whereabouts at the 40th birthday, when his 40th birthday party. Again, he's bringing up the fact that, you left me, you didn't come check on me. Come find her. If you're feeling lonely and carrying on, go find your woman. But she apologized and told him he ain't got to put 20 on 10. She get it. Girl, I wouldn't have. I said, well, I'm sorry you felt that way. It wasn't my intention. But you could have came and found me. It ain't like it was an amusement park. You just turn to your left, you see me, or turn to the right, you see me. And if you feel lonely, come get me. Let me know you feel lonely. Let me know how you feel in the moment. Don't wait until after the fact. But then again, he did address her there. But it was a little, disrespectful. If you ask me, I would have been like, can we have a conversation outside of this table? Don't you ever put me on Front Street again in front of my people. I'm at work. And if you need something to do, go find you something to do. If you need me, come find me. But don't sit up here and try and front me off in front of my people and while I'm at work because you feel away. Hell, make some friends until I come find you. Something to that effect. Anyway, then she starts going on about her divorce. She's giving him the lowdown, not really letting him in a whole lot because it is, pretty much a private matter still. She's letting him know what she needs to let him know about. And then she brings up the fact that the ladies, kind of got on her about getting into a relationship already before this one is done. And is it smart? And she's bringing that to him and he's questioning, well, hell, I mean, we've been doing this for a year. Why question it now? So I believe he's saying that these people on this show is trying to, turn her away from him. It kind of sounded like it was from the conversation she was having with the ladies. And she pretty much put it on him like, well, how do you feel about if I was to date, other than you? And he was like, well, that's not what I'm here for. He said, I'm not trying to be out here. But, if you want to date somebody else, I guess I will too. But that's how it is. But that's not how they started. So why are you starting now? And it seems like she kind of wants to, because why bring it up if that's not something that you're actually thinking about? And to be quite honest, she's too old to be playing games like this. This is something, if you want to play games, this is what you should have did 20, 25, 30 years ago. But this grown A man who has devout Christian values that you keep, protecting and holding up the bloodstained banner for, that's not what this is all about. So how you started should be how you finish. But I hope, hopefully she's not, being persuaded to do something else if that something else was never in the cards in the first place. But again, if she's considering it, she's considering it. Anyway, so next we see Wendy And her sister and her mom, Wendy's nervous about telling her mom that she quit her teaching job. And she told her mom, and she thought it would be a big thing, but it wasn't. Girl, that was it for Wendy, child. With nothing else going on. Then just Hale and Ashley do speed dating. They see prospective, clients and whatnot. The typical for Ashley, biracial, more, white appearing. I believe that's her preference. I don't believe she's into anything else, whatever anything else is. And Giselle does her typical, African American, dark skin. I don't want to say, how can I say this? Not your typical attractive man. However, I like the African phenotypical looking man. So I get what Giselle liked, child, because we had the same taste. Sure do. Check my resume, boo. So that was pretty much it with them. It wasn't nothing to write home about. And then we see Karen and Ray talking. She said, she's reiterating and talking more about the case, just explaining her side, which is probably what her attorney said it was okay to do. She's just being very careful about what she says because it can and will be used against her in the court of law. Okay. I wish a lot more people would take that on when they be talking their stuff on camera. Anywho, she was, reiterating to Ray that, she was upset and mad about their relationship, which was, why she was so emotional the night that she got her DUI, and how he's telling her he's supporting her a lot more, also being her chauffeur. I'm like, Ray, still driving, child? Check the. Go ahead, Ray. Let him know you ain't feeble. You got it going on. You know what I'm saying? But personally, I would just get a driver. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he wants to see his wife off, and it's really sweet to have your man drop you off and pick you up. You know what I'm saying? I know how that feels. You know what I'm saying? It's all good, but get a driver for the most part. Let that man rest. He's up there in age, and I know, just make sure it's during his peak times, because if if it's around his naps and carrying on, and when he's too tired, let that man rest, Karen, and make sure he does. I know she takes care of him, but I know it got to be frustrating that, Karen is so vibrant and he's a little more feeble in that area. So, but she knew that going in, it was eventually going to happen, and this is the time. But Karen has to realize that man loves her, even though he said he think he loved her. But yeah, they're going strong. Then we got Karen and Mia meeting up, having lunch. Now at the time, Mia was on the phone with G, trying to just, discuss things and carrying on. Then Karen will walk in and she hangs up with G. And it's good that they're getting along. And pretty much Mia is asking Karen some pointed questions and getting advice dealing with someone with mental illness. And I'm like, well, I think she's putting 20 on 10 with G. Again, we haven't seen him in any type of manic situation, but previously during conversation, Mia has pointed out that what we saw was a manic state. And mind you, she calls it mania. She kept calling it it's manic. Okay, just at least do some research and find out what it is. Don't just depend on somebody else to tell you. Why? Oh, that gets on my nerves. People do that. Anyway, so because Karen has, background and all that, Karen's giving some good advice, but I don't think it's all true. Like I said, Mia's putting 20 on 10 with G, trying to make it seem like he's, unfit. But, you may have to pay that man, not rent, but child support, but at the same, or alimony, but at the same time, I think she's trying to make him seem unfit. So there is no child support where he would be, responsible for the kids for any length of time that would grant him child support. Because me is real manipulating and calculating. Yeah, I said it. That's how I feel. I may be wrong. I don't think I'm wrong. Just saying. Anywho, what else happened with them? Was that it? Yeah, that was pretty much it, y'all. Then Ashley first date with Josh, one of the dudes that she was speed dating. Come to find out he's a thyroid cancer survivor. Big ups to him. And they're just playing, they're both into fitness and sports. So they have a lot in common. And Ashley lost a game, that pong game where you throw the ball in the red cups. Usually it's when you take a drink if you miss those types of college games. Well, anyway, so he won. And then they started to play again. She said something to the effect of the winner gets a kiss. And child, they left the cups the way they were. So pretty much he won. So then she threw the pong in there, talking about, I won. And just to get a kiss, girl, you should just say, hey, can I have a kiss? Ashley is a hoe. And it is what it is. She says she out there, thotting and bopping. And it is what it is. But I just wasn't flaunting like that. I mean, oh, child. But then again, it is what it is, child. Now he's 30. And what Ashley was 35, 36, she calls herself a little cougarette situation. Well, she likes that. He's younger, so she know he got it going on in the bedroom for the most part. His stamina and carrying on is something that she's attracted to, and it's all good. I mean, nothing wrong with a younger man. Just not young. You know what I'm saying? So next we see G comes over to Mia's while Mia is telling the kids that they're getting a divorce because they don't get along, and then he comes in, child, and he has the audacity to say, yeah, I was just telling the kids that we're still going to love them even though we're getting a divorce. Now, we didn't hear that part. We heard that me and Daddy not getting along, so we getting a divorce. I guess they must have cut that part out or just didn't include it in, in the final reel that we saw. But, I ain't going to say she didn't say it. It's just that we didn't hear her say it. But the kids is pretty much, kids. They're just, she's baking cookies to soften the blow, and he's accepting it. I think it's fine for G because I'm about to call him Link, because Ink ain't there. Like G said, I'm not here to support y'all storyline. I'm just, I'm here to visit my family and carrying on and talk to my wife. So I'm glad that Ink was nowhere to be around. Semicolon, however, comma. The little girl was telling G that she don't want Ink to be, mommy's new husband. And I agree. The fact that her kid or kids found them in the midst of coitus is an issue. And, girl, you can't lock the door. I mean, you have to be super. I mean, you can't go to the car while they sleeping and, upstairs. I'm just saying, it's all sorts of ways for y'all. But then again, Mia is, she's sloppy with it. It is what it is. So pretty much the kids is like, we don't want y'all to get divorced. Of course they don't. They want them to be together because that's all they know. But it's coming, y'all. Yeah, cheering is coming. I know they don't watch my show, child, because they too young. But it's coming, y'all. It's coming. Pretty much that was it. Y'all told y'all it's gonna be real quick. Okay, 19 minutes. So good. This is the quickest review for RHOP I didn't ever had, I believe. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. I hope you had a good time. I did. And we'll catch you next time. I think what's the next show? Married to Medicine, Equalizer. You know how I do for Sunday reviews. All right, y'all. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.